Part of what makes PowerFX functions so versatile is that they can be saved once in Dataverse and then reused across the Power Platform landscape in both Power Apps and Power Automate. In this video, we'll demonstrate how to create a server-side PowerFX function inside Dataverse and invoke it dynamically from a Canvas app. By the end of this video, you'll know how to create a PowerFX function in Dataverse, call it from a Canvas app, and dynamically update delivery fees based on real-time calculations. Let's jump in and start building. Before we create our function, we need the right Dataverse tables. Go to make.powerapps.com and navigate to Tables. Select New Table and choose Create New Tables, then Start from Blank. Name the table Discount Codes. Rename New Column to Discount Code. Add 2 more columns. For each one, select New Column. Name the first column EXP Date, short for expiration date, and set the data type to date and time. Format as date only and turn required on. Select New Column again, set the display name as description, and leave the rest of the defaults alone to create a single line of text that is not required. Now let's add some values to the first row. For discount code, we're going to enter in all caps free del, short for free delivery. Enter an expiration date that is sometime after today. In description, let's type a description for this discount code. Now we'll save and exit. We're going to follow the same process to create another table for our grocery items. We'll select New Table, create New Tables, start from blank, and name it Grocery Item. Add these columns. We'll start with one called Item Name, which is going to be a single line of text and is required. Then we'll add another column called Cost. Let's set that to be a currency and it will also be required. We need to add some sample rows. You can pause the video here, enter your data, and then continue. Once your data is entered, select Save and Exit. Now let's create our PowerFX function. Go to make.powerapps.com and then select Functions from the left-hand menu. You may need to select More and discover All if it's not already in the menu. Select New Function and enter a display name of Free Delivery Discount. For the description, put something like, this function evaluates the subtotal of an order and determines if it qualifies for free delivery. In table references, we'll select the table we'll reference for this function. In this case, select discount codes. Now let's define the parameters and outputs. Select New Input Parameter and name it Subtotal with a data type of decimal. Then select New Output Result and name it Code Status with a type of Boolean, which means it will return true or false. Now enter the PowerFX formula in the formula field. The exact code can be copied and pasted from the text of this module, or you can pause the video and enter it as you see it on screen. Once you've entered the formula, resume the video and I'll explain what's going on here. In this function, it starts with a condition or if expression. If the expressions inside the condition are all true, then the if expression returns true. If any are false, then it returns false. The first condition determines whether or not the discount code is expired. To determine this, a lookup expression checks our discount codes table for a record where the value in the discount code column equals free del. Then we check that the exp date column of that record is greater than the current date, determined by the now expression. The next condition is to determine if the order subtotal is greater than 25. If both conditions are met, then the function returns true. Otherwise, it will return false. Select Save to create the function. In the functions list, select the function you just created and click Copy Code Snippet in the command bar. Save it to Notepad or another easily accessible location. You'll need it later to invoke the function from the Canvas app. Now, let's build a Canvas app that will use this function. Go to Power Apps, select Create, then start with a blank canvas and select Tablet Size. Select Settings to rename it to Free Delivery App. Now, I'm going to switch over to the completed version of the app and we'll walk through the steps you need to recreate it for yourself. Start with a horizontal container stretched to fill the screen. For the shopping cart interface, we have a vertical gallery with its data source set to our grocery items Dataverse table. The layout is title and subtitle with the title text set to this item.item name and the subtitle text set to this item.cost, formatted in US dollars using the text expression. A checkbox inside the gallery has its text property set to add to cart and its font size set to 10. Your gallery should now display a list of grocery items with checkboxes for selection. To add items to the cart, you'll update the onCheck property of the checkbox inside the gallery. This code adds the selected grocery item to a collection called cold cart. It also updates a context variable, subtotal, to store the total cost of all selected items. This subtotal will later be used as the input parameter for our PowerFX function. The onUncheck property of the checkbox removes the item from the collection, and the subtotal is recalculated when the cart item is deselected. Next to the grocery items gallery is a vertical container with a text label and vertical gallery with the data source cold cart. The layout is title, and the title label is set to this item.item name. At this point, try playing your app. As you check items, they should appear under the cart label. You can remove them by unchecking the item. Next to the cart gallery, we have another vertical container. For now, just add a label for the subtotal heading and another text label that displays the subtotal context variable formatted for US dollars. Now let's call the PowerFX function when items are added to the cart. Open the onCheck property of the checkbox, and under the update context expression for subtotal, let's add an additional update context expression, this time setting a free delivery context variable to the value returned by our PowerFX function. In this expression, replace the code after free del with the code you copied when you created the PowerFX function and copied the code snippet. The function schema name is going to be unique to your environment, and then change value to the subtotal context variable. In the next expression, you'll apply a delivery fee value if the code status returned by the PowerFX function is true. Similar code is needed for the onUncheck property. You can type it from the video or just copy and paste the code from the module, being sure that you update the function schema name. Finally, add labels to display the delivery fee, total, and free delivery status. Now, run the app and test adding and removing items to see if the function correctly determines whether free delivery applies. And that's it. You've just built a PowerFX function in Dataverse and successfully called it from a Canvas app to dynamically update delivery fees based on order totals. With PowerFX functions, you can streamline business logic, improve accuracy, and eliminate the need for complex formulas inside individual apps. This makes your solutions more scalable, consistent, and efficient. Want to take things further? Try expanding the function to include membership-based discounts or seasonal promotions.